The one thing you must do first. There's a reason the law of attraction hasn't worked for you yet. To put it bluntly, you've been unknowingly sabotaging yourself. The good news? It doesn't have to stay that way. You can break the unconscious habits that are holding you back. The law of attraction does work. The universe truly wants you to have what you desire. In fact, what you want is already trying to come to you. All you have to do is get out of your own way. That's your mission. And once you do that, everything else starts to fall into place. The law of attraction is meant to bring clarity and consistency once you stop blocking it. And if you could flip a switch right now, making choices that align with how the law of attraction already works, everything would suddenly become much easier. The good news? The switch is real. The challenge is, many of us have been conditioned by past experiences to see the world through a lens of scarcity. So we don't believe this kind of change is possible, or we don't know where to start. Instead, we're held back by limiting beliefs that have become so automatic, they're nearly invisible. You don't even realize they're weighing you down. That's self-sabotage, and to overcome it, you need to tackle two key challenges on your path to stepping out of your own way. Number 1, apply the simple techniques in this book with clarity, confidence, and energy. Number 2, practice them consistently enough for your desired results to start showing up. It would be a lot easier if we hadn't been taught from a young age to see the world as full of struggle, scarcity, and limits. If you could just wave a magic wand and erase every self-doubt, your life could shift in an instant. But real change doesn't usually work like that. You won't break deep-rooted beliefs overnight. That's why you need manifestation methods that are enjoyable enough to stick with, methods you'll actually use consistently. You also need a few key insights into how your mind works, so you can recognize and overcome the mental roadblocks that show up along the way. If you've read other law of attraction books, you've probably heard phrases like, fully believe it's yours and it will be. Change the inside first, and the outside will follow. Just align with what you want, and it will be yours. But here's the issue no one really talks about. Telling someone what to do doesn't help it if you're never shown how to actually do it. Take the idea of alignment, for example. You're often told you need to be aligned with your desires to receive them. Sounds simple enough, but what does that really mean? Most books toss the word around without ever explaining how to align yourself in a real practical way. It's like someone saying, hey, want to touch the sun? Easy, just jump really high. Helpful, right? Of course not. You're left wondering how to make that jump, and without clear guidance, you stay stuck. This lack of clarity is why so many people struggle with the law of attraction and keep searching for answers in a book after book. You don't need to force yourself to align. Just believe, or change your inner world. You won't have to figure it out on your own. The only thing you really need to do is get out of your own way. That means being open-minded enough to actually try these methods with intention. That's the secret. And once you do, things will start to shift quickly. Just don't fall into the trap of thinking you've already tried something like this before. Unless you've applied these techniques exactly as outlined here, you haven't truly given them a chance. And don't let yourself believe you're unworthy of your desires. That belief alone is a major block. You are worthy. Also, avoid the trap of thinking this won't work or that it's too late for you. There is a way. You only need to do your part, and the rest will unfold naturally. Think of it like building muscle. You can't grow by just thinking about it or straining really hard. But you can lift weights, and those actions will trigger your growth. In the same way, the manifestation techniques in this recording will trigger the energy that draws your desires to you. They'll activate your alignment, they'll activate your results, and unlike lifting weights, these methods are easy, enjoyable, and stress-free. You've always had access to incredible abundance. You just didn't know how to unlock it until now. Your focus might be on something you want or on something you don't want, like the absence of what you desire. That's how the universe works. The moment you fully accept this and start living with the awareness, doors will open. Things you once thought were out of reach will suddenly become possible. Everything is energy. Let's say that again. Because while most people get it on the surface level, they rarely stop to truly consider what it means. So once more, everything is energy. Everything. Even your thoughts. You, your body, the chair, the stars in the sky. Everything is made of the same kind of energy. It's all connected at some most basic level. And all energy vibrates at a specific frequency. Everything, including your thoughts. The only real difference between, say, human being and a peanut is how their energy is organized. Their vibrational frequency is simply different, but underneath it all, the foundational substance is the same. If you looked at anything under a microscope, you'd see it's not as solid as it seems. Everything is energy in motion, not fixed matter like you were taught to believe. Everything around you is vibrating at its own unique frequency. The rate of that vibration affects how solid something appears to your senses. So what you experience as reality is really just how your body interprets the energy it picks up. That's why something like a rock and a flower, though made of the same basic energy, can feel so different. It's also why emotions, situations, events, and even things that seem totally intangible are all part of the same energetic system. And here's where it gets powerful. Because everything is made of energy, and all energy is connected at most fundamental level, you're directly linked to the entire universe. Yes, everything around you, including all the things you want, is energetically connected back to you. That means the universe knows everything. It knows what you're thinking. It knows the solution to every challenge you're facing. It knows the easiest, fastest, most enjoyable path to get you there. And it can match you with those answers by bringing similar vibrations together. When your energy aligns with a solution, the universe naturally draws the solution into your physical world. All it needs from you is alignment. And remember, the techniques in this recording are designed to help you do that effortlessly. But here's the core truth behind it all. The universe is always listening, even when you aren't. It's responding to your thoughts. The universe is listening to your thoughts, to your words, to your actions. So if you say you're ready for love but haven't even made space for someone in your life, like clearing out a spot in your closet, the universe picks up that mixed message. If someone asks how you're doing and you reply, just hanging in there, the energy you're sending out is one of the struggle and settling for less. Here's a big one. If you keep buying law of attraction books, not because you enjoy them, but because you're hoping the next one will finally work, the universe notices. It sees that you didn't fully believe in the last book, or in the process, or in yourself. It picks up on that doubt. So if the universe is always listening, that means you are always using the law of attraction. You're using it whether you know it or not. You're using it whether you want it or not. You're using it even if you don't like what you're currently attracting. Not knowing about the law of attraction doesn't stop it from working. It's always been in motion. Whether consciously or unconsciously, you've been shaping your reality every moment of every day since the moment you were born. Now that you understand this, you have a powerful opportunity. You can start using your thoughts, words, and emotions intentionally to take control and create the life that you truly want. You are a magnet. Every one of us is a magnet. What we focus on is drawn to us. When you think a thought, it carries a vibration because everything is energy, and energy vibrates. That vibration sends out a signal, and because like attracts like, it pulls in matching energy. The more you focus on that thought, the more momentum builds until what you've been focusing on finally shows up in your physical reality. Your energy is always sending out signals, and those signals attract similar ones in return, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. You're constantly tuning into the frequency of whatever reality your thoughts have been focused on, and what you align with, you eventually see manifest around you. It's not magic, it's law, as dependable as gravity. Of course, manifestation takes time. That's just how the process works. Rome wasn't built in a day. The car you're driving didn't appear overnight. And the money or success you've been dreaming about probably won't land in your lap after just 5 seconds of wishing. When things take longer than expected, there's often a hidden reason, a mix of energy happening beneath the surface. Some of your thoughts may be aligned with what you want, but others may be unconsciously pushing against it. Ultimately, either what you want gains momentum and shows up in your physical reality, or the lack of what you want does. It all depends on which side you're fueling with your focus. Here's something important to remember. The universe doesn't care which direction you choose. It simply responds to the signals you give. Picture yourself at a donut shop. You place an order, one sugar-coated, one glazed, one jelly-filled, one chocolate-frosted, and maybe a few others. The person behind the counter doesn't pause to ask, "Are you sure you'll enjoy this?" He's not concerned about your preferences, your allergies, or whether you'll regret choosing jelly-filled. He just takes your order. No judgment, no emotion. He gives you exactly what you ask for. That's how the universe works. Your focus, whether it's on what you want or what you lack, is how you place your order. It's your energetic way of asking for that experience to show up in your life. So if you've ever said, "I think about money all the time, why isn't it showing up?" Pause and ask yourself, were you truly focusing on having money, or were you focused on not having enough? The distinction is everything, and your emotions are the best way to figure it out. Positive emotions equals desired results are on their way. Negative emotions equals unwanted results are on their way. How you feel when you're thinking about something is your clearest signal. It tells you whether what you want is on its way or whether you're attracting the opposite. You can't align with positive outcomes while feeling bad. It just doesn't work. Your emotions are always guiding you, and they are directly influence what shows up in your reality. So, when you choose thoughts that create good feelings, you naturally align with the outcomes you desire. Happiness, success, and fulfillment become inevitable. Here's the key. There's a huge difference between thinking about money and feeling hopeful, excited, at ease, and confident, versus thinking about money and feeling worried, frustrated, impatient, or discouraged. This applies to everything: relationship, career, health, or anything else that matters to you. And the good news, even if you've been stuck in negative thinking for a while, it's easier than you think to shift your momentum and start attracting what you do want. The power of positive focus. Positive thoughts and feelings carry more power than negative ones. That's why it's possible to gain momentum quickly, even if you've been struggling. Even just one moment of pure focused positivity a day can start tipping the scale in your favor. Even just a few seconds of intentional thought can make a real difference in what you attract. With the right techniques, it becomes easy to rewire your brain to think in healthier, more supportive ways automatically. As those healthier thoughts take hold, they naturally lead to better feelings. And those positive emotions become fuel for the manifestation process until what you've been aiming for finally shows up in your physical reality. One of the most important parts of this journey is understanding just how far your energetic influence can really reach. If you truly want to succeed, you need to know this. Are you only capable of influencing a small part of your world, or can you impact much more than you realize? The truth about the law of attraction no one ever told you. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep, easy breath and picture yourself on a beach, holding hands with someone you love deeply. That image you just created, along with the thoughts behind it, instantly rippled out and touched the farthest reaches of the universe. No exaggeration. It's like making a phone call to someone across the globe. Your voice travels through satellites, and they hear you instantly. That's how fast your beach scene traveled across the galaxy. Think about the enormity of that. You may not see it happen, but it's happening. Just like a dog whistle that you can't hear but every dog in the area reacts to. The frequency is simply beyond the range of your senses. If you could perceive all the energies swirling around you right now, your mind would be overwhelmed. And these aren't just physical energies like sound waves. They're subtle, intangible frequencies, many of which match exactly the things you desire. They're right here, just outside your physical awareness, ready to take from the moment there's enough momentum. You can't see them yet. You can't touch them yet, but they exist, vibrationally, in the instant you think about them. The second you ask, they start sending out a signal, seeking anything that vibrates at the same frequency. You could almost think of your thoughts as little conscious scouts, whose sole mission is to find a match in your reality so they can stick and become physical. I will teach you how to align with those signals automatically. You don't have to force it. Just like a radio, you can only tune into one station at a time, but all the stations already exist. Once you find the right frequency, the music plays on its own. Shifting frequencies is simple. You only think it's difficult because you're not used to doing it yet. But the truth is, your power to shift is always right here in the present moment. Everything you want is happening right now. Ever notice how time flies when you're having fun, yet drags when you're miserable? A 20-minute massage feels shorter than 20 minutes in the dentist chair. That alone proves that time is at least partly a mental construct. There's no real past or future. Everything exists in an ongoing now. That might sound wild, but remember, people once believed the earth was flat. Most of them had to accept it was round without ever seeing it from space themselves. Sometimes you have to trust the truth before you can see it. Here's why this matters. Your consciousness is constantly arranging the particles that make up reality based on your vibrational set point. That set point is determined by your focus, and you can only focus now. So you're not waiting to create your future, it's already here. You're simply tuning to the frequency where you can experience it. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it only transforms, which means everything that could ever exist already exists, including the love you want, the money you desire, the health you dream of. It's all here, right now, waiting for you to line up with it. The only reason it feels out of reach is because you've been taught to see it as separate from you, out there in some other time. The universe doesn't see things as big or small, now or later. To the universe, manifesting a penny is the same as manifesting $1 million. You are swimming in abundance. Right now, in this moment, the universe is working through people, events, and opportunities to bring you what you want. Even in moments of struggle, solutions are being held within reach. You don't worry about the sun rising, the earth spinning, or the air you breathe. They're handled for you. And just as your heartbeat is automatic, so is the path to the dream job, that relationship, that opportunity. It's closer than you think. Sometimes just a tiny radio dial adjustment away. This is the same universe that created galaxies, oceans, sunsets, music, and love itself. The vibrational versions of everything you want already exist. So why hasn't the law of attraction delivered for you yet? Why are you still struggling? The answer is surprisingly simple. And once you see it, it will never hold you back again. The real reason it hasn't worked for you yet. Imagine you're hearing about the law of attraction for the very first time. Someone tells you it can unlock every desire you've ever had. They hand you an easy method to attract these desires and say, all you have to do is run through this process every day, and everything you want will come to you. Sounds simple, right? But if it's that easy, why does manifesting sometimes feel impossible? Why is it so hard to follow through and actually do the techniques every day? And why, when you do manage to practice them, don't they always work? The answer is your ego. Not ego as in arrogance or overconfidence, but the part of your consciousness where your identity lives, the survival mechanism that helps you navigate the world and stay alive. Here's the thing, no matter what the universe can do for you, you're still operating in a reality shaped by your beliefs and mindset. That means your ability to receive is filtered through your own psychology. And if you want to succeed, you have to work with the psychology, not against it. The three minds: conscious, subconscious, and ego. Conscious mind, what you're aware of, or the seat of willpower. Subconscious mind, everything else, deeply powerful, running your life beneath the surface. Ego, the bridge between the two, stronger than your conscious willpower but not as powerful as your subconscious. Once your subconscious accepts something as real, it will arrange circumstances to make it so, often without your awareness. That's why when someone truly believes they can achieve something, they suddenly get lucky, meet the right people, or stumble into the perfect opportunities. Why the ego holds you back? Your ego's role purpose is survival. It doesn't care about happiness, comfort, or dreams. It only cares about keeping you alive. And right now, you are alive. That means, in your ego's eyes, your current situation, no matter how unsatisfying, is safe. Any change, even a positive one, is seen as potential threat. More money? That could bring attention, danger, or stress. A new relationship? That could lead to heartbreak. The ego doesn't think in those exact terms, but its logic is simple. Me alive now. Me like being alive. Me fear change. Change might kill me. Me stop change. It's primitive but clever. It knows your weakness and uses doubt, fear, impatience, and distraction to keep you in the same place. That's why you might 1. Put off starting your manifestation practice until tomorrow. 2. Feel bored, doubtful, or frustrated when doing it. 3. Start strong, see small results, then stop. 4th, keep searching for the perfect explanation before fully committing. This isn't laziness or lack of ability. It's your ego protecting you from the unknown. The ego is not the enemy. Your ego is actually your ally. It loves you deeply and works tirelessly to keep you safe. The trick is to show it that the change you're creating isn't a threat. Once your ego sees you survive and thrive at a new level of success, it will work just as hard to help you stay there. How to get past your ego? Your conscious willpower can't overpower your ego, but your subconscious mind can. It's stronger, faster, and impossible for the ego to outlast. The key is to bypass the ego entirely and program your desired reality straight into your subconscious. 1. Direct programming. Using the techniques in this recording to set your point of attraction, with the subconscious skipping the ego's interference. 2. Soothing the ego, lowering its resistance so it doesn't fight you at every step, making the process smoother and more enjoyable. The subconscious will win no matter what, but you'll enjoy the journey far more if your ego isn't putting up a constant fight. Make sure you're feeling good for the right reasons. There's one important trap to watch out for when you're practicing this. One that causes most people to accidentally push their manifestations away before they can arrive. If your reason for feeling good is anything other than simply enjoying the good feeling in that moment, you're unintentionally introducing doubt and resistance. In other words, there's big difference between feeling good just for the sake of feeling good and feeling good because you want the feeling to get your Corvette. If your motivation for feeling good is tied to receiving the Corvette or any other manifestation, then in that moment you're actually affirming to the universe that you don't have it yet. And when your state of being is wrapped in the lack of the Corvette, your vibration matches not having it. That's the exact opposite of what you want to project. This doesn't mean you can't think about the Corvette. You absolutely can, and you should as long as you're already feeling good. That alignment is one of the most powerful ways to attract it. The key is there's a subtle but powerful difference between feeling good about the car and trying to force yourself to feel good in order to get the car. One comes from joy and alignment. The other comes from noticing the lack of it, and the universe responds accordingly. Another way to put it is this. There's a big difference between thinking about the Corvette because it makes you feel good, where feeling good is the goal and you're attracting what you want, and trying to feel good just to get the Corvette, where the Corvette is the goal and you're really attracting the lack of it. If that feels a bit confusing, frustrating, or complicated, Here's the good news. And yes, I'm about to repeat myself like a favorite song on loop. The manifestation methods in this recording, along with the clear step-by-step instructions, are designed to keep you focused on what you want, not on the absence of it. Even when you're thinking about a specific desire, these techniques will help you stay in alignment with having it, rather than missing it. Simple ways to feel good anytime you want. Here are a few simple ways to feel good without adding resistance or doubt. 1. Recall a feel-good thought or memory. Think of something that never fails to lift your mood and make it your go-to whenever you catch yourself feeling worried, frustrated, impatient, or weighed down by any other negative emotion. 2. Do small acts of kindness. They don't need to be big, complicated, or costly. Anything simple works, especially if you enjoy it. It could be telling a stranger their dog is adorable, complimenting someone's outfit, or leaving an encouraging note somewhere for someone to find. The magic is in knowing that what you say or do can brighten another person's day, and in return, you'll feel the genuine warmth and happiness yourself. Watch a funny or positive video. If you like cartoons, watch cartoons. If you like cute dogs or cat, watch that. Watch everything or whatever you think will brighten your day. Take a walk in nature if possible. Calm your breaths as you do it and notice things around you to appreciate. A couple holding hands or seeing someone wearing a fancy watch is your reminder that you'll soon be able to easily afford something 10 times more expensive. 5. Expect good things to happen. No matter how difficult life is, good things happen anyway. So expecting them to happen is not a ridiculous or unreasonable thing. 6. Smile. Smiling tells your body that it's happy, which triggers it to release those natural organic chemicals and results in a deeper feeling of ease and contentment. 7. Write down what you want and focus on why you want it. There's a powerful magic in doing this. Once you do it, you'll see that it really feels great and even helps build more confidence for inviting the things that you want even faster. Write a list of everything you want, and feel free to make it as long as you want. The more subjects you have to choose from, the more variety you have to work with it. With that said, if you're wondering how many things you should put on it, there's really no right or wrong answer. It all depends on your own personal preference. You want to make sure you take this very seriously and get excited. You're about to place an order for anything you want. Instruction for this journaling is pretty simple. 1. Add a statement at the top of your list expressing gratitude for all of the things that you want manifesting in your life. You can choose whatever wording feels natural for you, but an easy example that you can use if you'd like is, I gratefully welcome all positive experiences and outcomes in my life, including ... It depends on you on what you want to put on it. 2. List out everything you want, one by one, with as much or as little details as you'd like. If you're writing extended phrases or even complete sentences, they should all be phrased in the present tense. This list serves as a vibrational reflection of your already having this right now, not someday in the distant unknown future. 3. If you want to add a little more fuel to each thing you put on your list, while it's not required, you can easily do this by including the reason why you want it. Some examples are, I am grateful for my new home because I deserve a comfortable life. I gratefully welcome a deep and meaningful romantic relationship with someone I love because the feeling of connection I get when I'm in love is so joyful, so exhilarating, and so fulfilling to me. The process of writing this down should be a fun and enjoyable experience. You should view it as if you're filling out an order form and the company that you're ordering it from, the universe, will be delivering it to you right on schedule. You should not be viewing this as an opportunity to complain about all the things you still don't have, wondering why they never came. There should be a relaxed mood of expectation and a sense of gratitude that it already exists and is on the way into physical manifestation. The only way this won't work is by not doing it. This works. You just need to trust the process here, and you should make this list right now. Don't hesitate. Don't wait until you're done listening to this recording. Take time out right now to do this. Even just a first draft that only takes your 10 minutes or so. Did you make your list? If you did, awesome. Remember, you cannot get this list wrong. You are free to redo it anytime you like. And your future self is so grateful to you for taking this key step in attracting your desires. It's going to make the manifestation methods so much more effective and easy to use.